Yeah. That crisp
Yeah,
sound.
that probably sounded great.
I'm sure.
Wait, so are we talking about Tx2k our whole weekend or whatever? What are we gonna do?
The whole lead up and everything, I guess we would talk about.
Yeah, let's title it like what really happened at Tx2k.
Oh,
So this be our first.
sexual. Is that the clickbait you want?
Yeah, it'll be good.
Emotional. What really happened at TX2K? Sorry, guys. My wife here is trying to clickbait you in, but that's probably not as exciting as it's going to be. So welcome back to the podcast, guys. This is a TX2K podcast, and we are back live with Bronte again. You guys have seen plenty of podcasts in between the last one of Bronte. I think there are probably 2, maybe.
Yeah, 2 or 3 in between me and now.
Yeah, it depends on when this goes up.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, there's probably way more. It's like probably like 5 in between.
An issue I run into is
What?
I title them and thumbnail them and everything. The thumbnail has the number episode, and then me and Bronte do one, and I sneak it in, so all the other ones have to get re-titled and thumbnailed.
Yeah, but you won't have to do this with this, because won't we start like a new
Well, that's what
series?
I tried to do last time, but you were kind of...
Well, the first podcast episode, I wanted to be treated like a guest, where Cooper like sat down and asked me questions and whatnot, but now this, hopefully, like, if this goes well, maybe people will like this, and we were thinking of doing... We don't really have a plan. We've kind of tried to talk about it, but
yeah, some
like
kind of
bi-weekly.
actual podcast, a different thing. Like that one, I always title them the Cooper Bogetti podcast.
Yeah.
This one, maybe title them like
This, like, I imagine
Bronte harasses Cooper for 2 hours.
Someone actually messaged us saying like Bronte tells Cooper how it is, like something like that. I think this will just be more of us like chatting about things and like story times, kind of like more behind the scene things we don't talk about. Maybe, I don't know.
Just more things, just so that me and you can sit down and go over things. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's more just like a fun hang between the two of us, where we get to put it out for the people, and some people, I'm sure, enjoy it, and it's not for everyone. So if you're commenting like you don't like this, like,
you don't have to watch.
Completely understandable. It's completely different than
Your car podcast.
the car style stuff. So don't bother. Just click out.
Are you trying to say people don't like me?
I'm not trying to say that at all. I'm just saying if they came here to listen to a car guy
than your car podcast
for a lot of people. But I'm not going to pretend that this is going to be everybody's cup of tea.
No, I know.
Same with like my other content. Like I don't pretend.
Yeah.
Like if somebody's like, I don't like it, I'm like, that's fine.
No, yeah.
I see things all the time I don't like.
Yeah.
You don't have to watch it. I don't tell people.
I know. That's always like, I always talk about that with people. Like I have never once commented on someone's thing like, and I feel like honestly, like maybe it's the guy internet community like says stuff like that, where I have never commented on someone's YouTube channel, Instagram post being like, you shouldn't post this. This is terrible. Like, do something else. This isn't your craft. Like,
you don't have like a throwaway account where you go harass people in the middle of the night. You're like,
yeah, little keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
Like, no, say that to me in person. Like, I cannot stand that.
wow, come say it to you in person.
Yeah, but that's the
It's
thing.
aggressive.
No one would. Like,
know.
all these people that comment on your YouTube channel, like, you suck, like, at building cars or whatever they say. Like, they won't say that to you in person.
They can try it.
Keyboard warriors.
I mean, that's part of the fun, though. People like to hide behind the internet a little bit. And I get it. I hide behind the internet all the time. My car's not even real. It's CGI. It doesn't even go to events. Yeah, it doesn't even... It's never even been to an event.
Thank you.
It's all CGI. Fake stuff.
God.
I have fake internet drama with people. You know, that's part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
We should have some podcast beef, like find somebody else to beef with, like a different podcast or a different YouTube channel or something.
Start a little something.
Yeah, like start some kind of beef.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't need to do
It
that.
makes you nervous already?
Yeah, wait, let's get into it, though, because I feel like there's kind of a lot, and we're kind of going on a tangent.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I know we probably already lost 30% of viewers on that. I can see it drop off on, like, viewership.
Don't talk about it. Change the subject.
So TX2K. Leading up to it was a marathon.
Yeah.
Mostly for me, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like you didn't really give me the help I needed.
I can't do much. Like,
At no point did you help me change my trans fluid.
Okay, here's one thing. You asked me to go if I could go fill up the nitrous bottles and the CO2, And I was gonna do that, and then you ended up doing them yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, I can't tell you, oh yeah, I'll go to the garage and change the trans fluid. Like, there's not much I can do when you're leading up to that and you don't ask for help. So that's on you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
As a man, there's a couple things I do. I don't ask for help. I don't ask for directions.
Yep.
What else do I not do? I don't have feelings.
I actually literally told Cooper today that, like, he has to get over, like, not asking for help. Like, it is okay to ask for help.
Well, the second I find somebody that can do something better than me, I'll ask them to help.
There are a lot of people that can do things better than you out there on different things.
I haven't found them yet. Maybe Alpha with tuning, but otherwise.
Yeah, there you go. Alpha, there you go.
I ask Jim for help all the time.
Yeah.
Mostly just advice. Not physical help, but mental help.
Yeah.
That's normally what I need, is because I'm not smart enough. I can work hard enough to like fix something if I broke it.
Yeah.
But I can't intelligently figure things out half the time on cars.
Yeah.
Cars are tough. A lot of moving parts on them things.
Yeah,
A lot of loose nuts and bolts.
I can't do anything on the car besides put ice in it. That's all I know how to do.
Yeah, you've gotten a little shaky on that one also.
Hey.
I think we've had the lid come off before.
No, you closed the lid. That's on you. Get back to the point.
Okay, so where should we go with Tx2k? So I woke up. Where did we start when we went to go test it that day? We went to go test it. And
Oh, wait, you're talking. Oh, I was even thinking about before how, like, I mean, I woke up the day before we were supposed to leave, which we left.
I was going way back. I was going when we tested and found the transmission was broken.
Yeah, but they know all that.
Oh, sorry. Not everybody knows all that. So I broke the transmission a week before Tx2k.
We're like,
Yeah, but that's
like,
where you have to
like
start.
This.
I broke the transmission a week before Tx2k. I found it was broken.
Okay, yeah. And then what was your road leading up to it?
So the
Like,
converter
so
was
what
broken.
next?
I took it out, brought it down to Jason at ATF on Monday morning at like 6
Really
a.m.
early you
I went
left.
and brought it to him. Not crazy early. I mean, 6 a.m. is like normal time, I feel like.
Okay.
But brought it to Jason at ATF. He fixed it, but the converter was still broken. So I drove 3 hours south, found out my converter was broken, made a last-minute Hail Mary call to Pedro Baltic Supra. He had a converter that would work for my car, but it's different, 2 hours north of there. So 3 hours south, 2 hours north, got the converter, then 3.5 hours back to my house.
Yeah.
So I kind of cannonballed all around the state of Florida.
Yeah.
I get home at like 8 o'clock at night, put the transmission in,
Yep.
go to bed. The next morning, Tuesday morning, go fill up my nitrous bottles, all that, get the transmission filled up, and try to get it up on the trans brake. And lo and behold, no trans brake.
Yep.
So it's now like 6 o'clock at night
On Tuesday.
on Tuesday night.
And then Wednesday morning you brought it up to induction.
Yes. So loaded it up right after that, brought it up to
And
induction.
Thursday was the day we were leaving.
Yes.
Yeah, so Wednesday, yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of our friends left Wednesday night.
Yeah, we were gonna
Wednesday.
we were gonna leave Wednesday, but you brought it to induction. Okay.
My friends were all on the road already, and they're like, "Hey, have you left yet?" I'm like, looking at my car that's like all taken apart in induction because like we didn't know what was wrong with it. We had all kinds of issues and like weird things were happening. And finally, after like 7 hours of Alpha messing with it, like his whole day was dedicated to messing with my car.
What a guy.
Yeah.
the
MVP
best.
for sure. And he would do it for any customer, even though I'm his favorite. So like 7 hours of messing with this thing. He leaves. He's like, I'm exhausted. I'm done. Me and one of the techs are like, man, let's check this. Me and the Brian, one of the techs there, we checked something, and like this problem that we were chasing for like 4 hours, a pop fuse was hidden under the car. So Alpha was chasing this problem for like 4 or 5 hours, and all it was a pop
believe
fuse.
that. That's
and we
crazy.
fixed it like 10 minutes after he left.
Yeah. So you
And-
fixed it that day and it was good to go.
Our options
And-
were either fix it that day, or I had to leave it there overnight and try to fix it in the morning when Denny came in.
Yeah.
So instead
So
of
also, I woke up that day not feeling great, and I like thought I was like getting sick or something. So I was kind of like torn if like I was like, you know, if the card isn't working and we don't go, like maybe that's just meant to be, or like whatever's going on with the car. And all day I was like waiting for Cooper to give me an update. Like I wasn't hearing from him. I was like, hey, what's going on? Like trying to figure out if we're going or not. Are you checking the sound?
Yeah, I wanted to hear it through this.
And then, so I texted him like at like 12, any update? Nope, still working on it, Then at like 6 o'clock, he's like, still not working on it. I was like, all right, we're not gonna go. Like, this is meant to be. Like, we're just not gonna go. Then like, I think you called me on your way back and you were like, we fixed it. And I was just like, oh my God, like, are we seriously driving out to Texas with you just like fixing it last minute? Like, is this gonna work? Is it worth taking the drive out there for this? Like, when it was such a last minute fix, like that was kind of freaking me out.
Yeah, I mean, you were kind of like, hey, I don't think we should go. Like, you don't seem very sure of the fix. We haven't tested the car yet. And I was like, I don't know. I think I should still fix it. I think we should still go because it's Tx2k. It's the last one at Houston. Like, I know we're completely unsure of everything, but we should just send it.
Yeah, and I was not like that. I was like, I don't want to just send it. Like, if we're driving out there, it's my birthday. Like, we better be going out there for a reason. So we were definitely on different pages.
So it's now Wednesday night, and I get home and I load up after being in induction all day, load up everything, and I'm like, okay, we're leaving Tuesday morning.
Yep.
But
no, Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday morning. But in my mind, I was like, it really doesn't matter what time we leave Thursday because it's all day of driving.
Yeah.
So it was your birthday on Thursday.
Yep. Woke up on my birthday.
Woke up on Bronte's birthday. I'm like, all right, we got to go. 9 a.m. Let's go. We didn't leave super early.
Yeah, we had breakfast and hung out. And we got on the road at like 9, 10 o'clock.
We probably should have left a little earlier, but...
we definitely should have left earlier.
Yeah.
That was bad. But we were driving all day. And then I fell asleep. And I think I get a little bit car sick. Like, I think I've learned that about myself, that I get a little bit car sick. And I don't know which way I like better.
I don't like the headphones.
I kind of like it, but I kind of don't. Anyways.
I like a little reverb back, I feel like.
Yeah. I definitely get a little bit car sick. And towards the end, I fell asleep and then I woke up and we had like 2 hours left and we suddenly hit traffic in this like random area that like there really wasn't anything around. And it was basically like
I-10 in Louisiana, wasn't it?
Is that the state before Texas? Like,
I'm pretty sure we were in Louisiana.
We were like right on the edge of like being in Texas.
I-10 in Louisiana, worst road in the country.
My God, yeah, that was, and I woke up just in a panic because I didn't feel good, and I was like, I think we have to stop. And we were only 2 hours from the hotel, but because of this traffic that we hit, it was saying it was going to take 3 hours. So another hour and like 15 minutes added onto this drive, and I was not okay. I was freaking out, and long story short with that, finally an alternate route popped up and it saved us an hour and we made it all the way there, but that would have sucked if we had to stop. But I really did not think I was gonna make it. Like, I felt so car sick. Like,
it was late. We hadn't really like had like a real meal because we were just on the road the whole time.
Oh yeah, and this was at like 1 a.m. probably. Like,
yeah, it was
we
probably
got
like
to
midnight-ish.
Houston at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, we didn't get into our room until 3 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing.
What, with me?
Yeah, the hotel. Oh my God.
I'm not really, I don't know. Like, I can do a lot of things decently, but booking hotels, I always seem to drop the ball on.
But what was the whole deal?
I never booked a hotel.
I know, and then
we got to one that I had for the next night.
No, you didn't book a hotel. I booked it when we were getting closer. And because this was the whole thing, we got there Friday. We drove all day Thursday, and we got there Friday at 3 a.m. So I booked the hotel for Friday to Sunday, whatever. And we kind of were just like hoping that they would have room and we'd be able to just like sleep
Because
there
we
for
technically
those few
needed it for
hours.
Thursday night, which
Yes,
kind of sucks because it's
exactly.
like we weren't there Thursday
We
night.
weren't there Thursday. Right, exactly. We got there Friday. So that's like a whole weird thing.
And
Like,
it was
how does-
weird because they were like, "Oh, sorry, we're booked." But I was like, "It's Thursday night, but you have rooms for Friday, Saturday, Sunday."
Yeah, because checkout's at 11 a.m.
Yeah, but it's a
No.
Thursday night. It's like a random. It's a
Yeah.
weekday. I figured like the
no,
weekend of
because of the
TX2K
event.
would. Yeah, but the weekend is when the event is.
Yeah, but maybe
That's
there was
why
other stuff
in
going
my
on.
brain the assumption was like
Yeah.
if they had rooms for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they have room for
Yeah.
Thursday.
Right. But
Bad assumption.
I booked the hotel because we've learned Cooper cannot book the hotels.
I've booked hotels.
Last time we stayed in Gainesville, there was literally bugs on the bed, cockroaches, like terrible.
I stayed there one night.
Yeah, I refused to stay there. I was like, I'm getting a different room, and we got our money back from that because I told him I was like,
Yes.
your room has bugs. Anyways, so we get to the hotel that I booked, and we were just hoping there would be a room. It's 3 a.m. We had been driving all day. I walk in there, and I said to Cooper, I was like, should I call just to like make sure? And you were like, no, we'll be fine. Let's just get there.
Yeah, I did say no, we'll be fine.
Yeah, you were like,
multiple times. I was pretty adamant about it.
yeah. Got to the hotel. They didn't have a freaking room. I was
Correct.
pissed. So we had to drive, and I called the nearest hotel that we stayed in last year. So I was like, okay, this isn't a bad place. They had a room. We had to stay there for the one night, and then we checked into our regular hotel that was really nice, and like I was really comfortable there, so that was good.
Yeah, our hotel was great.
Yeah.
Most of the ones in Baytown are pretty nice.
No, they are, yeah.
Like all those hotels in that one area, there's like this Garth Road right there, and there's like
Yeah.
12, 15. Every hotel you can think of is like right there.
Right there,
And
yeah.
they're all fairly nice and new.
Yeah. The one we stayed at was great. I felt it was great.
They're used to like rodeo cowboys
Mm-hmm.
there.
So then we sleep, and then we wake up Friday morning.
Well, let me just also add. So we get there 3 a.m. and I park the car and we walk inside and then I hear it just start pouring rain.
Oh yeah, it stormed that night.
Yeah. So they were supposed to be racing Thursday. Mm-hmm. Our class round 1 of qualifying was supposed to be Thursday night. I was like looking at the live while we were
Oh, yeah,
driving.
and it was
we had
like-
the live pulled up.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they pulled up to make our passes for streetcar and it rained out.
Yeah.
Like we just got lucky enough with the rain. We were like maybe 20 minutes from them running the whole streetcar class probably. And
Yeah.
and it rained them out.
Yeah.
So we got really lucky there that we didn't miss any
Miss a-
qualifying, and then Friday was pretty much a wash. It rained
Friday.
all day.
Well, that was the other thing of this whole thing. Friday, it was canceled, and I mean, granted, you did tech in that day, but
Yeah.
I mean, we could have left on Friday, which was not like my favorite thing to drive all day on my birthday. So I was a little like bummed about that, like that it was canceled
Yeah.
the next day, because I was like, shoot, we could have just left early. We could have had a normal day Thursday for my birthday and then left early Friday morning. So that just like wasn't a great start for me.
Yeah, and then we get there Friday, we tech in, and then like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and we're like, okay, that's all we had to do today.
Yeah, what did we do?
We ate, and then we went back and like laid on the.
Oh yeah, you took a nap.
Yeah, I crashed.
Yeah.
I was cooked. I was like, thank goodness, because
Yeah. Driving all day the day before.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then Saturday, it was a rough day. Like the morning we woke up and it's hailing. Sorry, sleet.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
got mad that I
Yeah.
called it hail.
Yeah.
It was
Sleet. It was
sleeting.
sleeting. Yeah, the weather all weekend was just crappy.
Cold,
and
like
sucked. Yeah.
low of like
freezing,
35,
windy.
high of like 50, I think. At the most was 50 all week.
Yeah.
Which it's not freezing cold temperatures, but for drag racing, that's very cold temperatures. Like that is not normally what we drag race in with a 15-mile-an-hour headwind. Is a little sketchy.
Yeah.
So round 1 and 2 of qualifier were both a wash. Neither happened. Then we get right into the only round of the first round of qualifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Round 1 on Saturday at like noon?
Yeah.
2 o'clock was when they started it.
Yeah.
And somehow on Saturday they ran 2 rounds of qualifying out, which incredibly impressive that they're able to even do that
Well,
with the amount of cars that were crashing and braking.
Yeah. And so also on Saturday, we went to the track, and then the weather was all crappy and I wasn't feeling good. So Cooper brought me back to the hotel, which was really nice. I stayed there. I watched on the live feed, so I missed your first pass, and the live feed kept like going in and out.
Oh yeah,
So I barely
shout
saw
out Flow Racing.
Yeah.
You dropped the live feed
Literally.
right as a YouTuber made a pass. You dropped the live feed. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Literally, like the video, because I screen recorded it, just like was all fuzzy, and I literally missed it. And then I was starting to feel a little better, and I called Cooper. I was like, if you could come get me, I'd love to come, because like I don't want to miss your second pass, like if you're gonna do a second pass. And he came and got me, and then when we were driving back, there was a lot of traffic.
Massive amount of traffic.
Okay, not massive, Cooper.
Massive.
Relax. It's a little dramatic.
Massive.
There was a good amount of, like, we were in traffic for like 25, 30 minutes, just like around the corner from the track, because there was such a long line to get in.
I felt like one of those guys on the Titanic that's looking at the lifeboats getting filled up, and you're like, I'm not going to make it. There's not enough room. Yeah. I was like, man, like, they're calling classes. Panicking. Like, I was sitting there hoping for oil downs. I was like, I heard somebody pulling up, and I'm like, oh, he's definitely going to blow up his car. Well, he made it.
Because is then like stressing that he's not going to get back in time
panic eating
for the second pass. But thankfully we made it, and that was all good.
Well, my first pass wasn't good enough to get me in the field.
Yeah.
So I couldn't just not do a second pass.
I know, like I wish you would have told me that the traffic was bad, and like you couldn't, like I would have been okay if you didn't come get me, but that was really
Well,
nice
you would have
that
definitely
you did.
questioned if I was like, oh, the traffic's really bad. You would have been like, it can't be that bad. You would have definitely done that. You wouldn't have just taken my word for it. Don't try to freaking BS me out here. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't have taken my word for it, and you know that.
You're so right.
What was I gonna do? Run out and take a photo of the traffic and run back?
Ride the scooter.
Yeah, like use a drone. Yeah, there was no way you would have taken my word for it. So there's really no explaining my way out of that. I was like, I gotta come get her. And then once I pulled out,
no, but I probably wouldn't have believed you, but I probably would have been like, okay, like he's got to do, like he can't cut.
Yeah,
like
it only went 870 on the first pass, so I needed another one to get in the field. And I knew if they ran a second qualifier, I would have been bumped so far out, I would have been with Cletus.
Yeah.
So.
Oh God.
Sorry, James. So I was like, we got to make it back there for the next pass. And by the time I was already out and saw how much traffic there was, I was already going to have to wait back on the line to get in.
Yeah, right. So you might as well have just
so I was like,
got me.
So I just kind of flew. I was wide open in the truck.
Panic driving.
Wide open.
Yeah.
And got you, made it back as fast as possible, and then also got to sit in the lane for another 6 hours.
Yeah.
So my rushing was for nothing. Even though, like,
I know.
The class was soon, the amount of people in between my run and the run that we got in there on took so long.
Yeah.
And then the sun was setting, and then that took long. I was like, I've never been held in my race suit. They're like, sorry folks, we're just waiting for the sun to set. Yeah. Like, what?
Because the way the sun hits the track was hard for drivers to see.
No, it was reflecting off of they use lasers to measure how
no, I thought they said the way the sun is, like, drivers can't see.
Maybe. I think that they were saying about laser, it affects the laser beams.
Remember the guy in the lanes that was walking around in his suit and helmet?
Oh yeah. The GTR guys. The GTR guys are interesting, man. Like, they'll get out of their car, like Hans, suit, helmet, gloves, and walk around. Like, one guy used the porta potty, like, fully geared up. Hans, visor down, like the porta potty was about to catch on fire. I was like, he's safe if that thing's on fire.
With his helmet on.
Visor down.
Oh my God, my eyes are burning.
Oh no, we're losing Bronte here.
Oh my God, sorry.
Dead air. Don't let it happen. Yeah,
Oh
so
my
guy
God.
was suited up. He definitely watched.
And you had to get out like 3 times to pee.
Yeah, because I was strapped in the lanes for like 2 hours.
Yeah, you literally
It took
two
that,
and a
like,
half hours.
I think like 10 cars. It took 10 rounds or whatever, 10 pairs. It took probably an hour.
Yeah.
Just because of the oil
insane.
downs. It wasn't anything to do with the track staff. It wasn't anything to do with
No, they
anything
actually
else.
did an amazing job cleaning it
It
up
was
really
only
fast.
because people were blowing their junk up and should have left them at home.
Like literally someone would go down the track, oil it down, they'd clean it up in like 10 minutes, get it quickly or however long. It felt quick when they would clean it up. Next pair, oil down.
Yep.
Clean up fast. Next pair, oil. That happened back to back probably like 3 or 4 times.
It wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
I don't understand what people's fixation is with oiling down the track. Put a belly pan on your car if you don't have one.
Yeah.
If you don't have a belly pan, but like, you know, if your transmission normally doesn't have a belly pan, I understand that. Like, the rear diff doesn't have a belly pan if you break stuff like that. But man, it was tough.
Yeah, it was
But the
bad.
one guy the guys that were strapped in, they've probably watched one episode of that Formula One TV show, and they were like, those guys walk around in their race suits all the time, and look at how cool they look.
I'm gonna look that cool.
He didn't look as cool.
did
None
not.
of them did.
It does not look as cool.
I can't even get into my car with a helmet on.
Yeah.
I can't imagine trying to.
Yeah. Like imagine your Hans and everything. You
No,
can't even do that.
I can't get into my car with the helmet on, nor do I put on my gloves before I get in the car.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
It's just so funny watching him walk
Yeah,
around.
people are very extra, just in general.
Oh wait, and then also, maybe this was the next day
The next,
that I was thinking about.
okay, then the next day,
so that
you know,
was
we
really
make
it.
our 8:0 qualifying pass. The car wheelies, but I
Yes.
get back into it, so it goes 8:0 at night. The first pass, the car lost fuel pressure because they lost the reference line on the top of the fuel pressure regulator, so it lost that, and it only went 870. Just like a very slow pass. I could have, you know, been like partial throttle and gotten probably like an 850. Thinking back now, I was a little stupid for not doing that, because when you only potentially get one pass, you can really screw yourself up. So next pass, 8:0 with a wheelie, and I was off the gas for 1.8 seconds. I kind of went over this in my other video, kind of rehashing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We're
Yeah.
not talking about that stuff, sir.
Sorry. So then the next day, I don't know how far. Do you want to explain more what happened? You said you have some
Well,
stuff.
I just had the one story of it was a lot of waiting around like it always is, and again I wasn't feeling my best, so I sat in the car and it was cold, so I put the car on to like warm up, have like my heat seater on.
Yeah, the heat
And
seater.
we were sitting in the car the heat seater,
Yeah, the heat seater.
right?
Seat heater?
Oh, seat heater. The seat heater. I was like, what?
The heated seat?
Yeah, the heated seat. Right?
Okay.
That's what you say.
It's definitely not heat seater.
The heated seat. I
Yeah.
put the heated seat on, whatever. And you were sitting in there with me for a minute, and we turned the car on. And then I fell asleep, and you left me. Or maybe we turned it off, and I just had the battery on to
Yeah,
charge my
key
phone
on,
or something.
accessory mode.
And I fell asleep, not realizing.
Yeah.
So
then,
you guys can know what that leads to.
Yeah, come, what, 10
So then
o'clock
we
at night,
finished
we
the
load
day. Yeah, we load up and everything.
up, get in the truck, to back it up, to hook up to the trailer. Like, everything else is loaded up for the most part, and I just
Yeah,
had to
we're
pull
just
the car
like
on.
ready to hit the road.
And I'm like, okay, go to start the truck, nothing.
nothing.
Go to start the truck, nothing. And like,
Dead.
if you guys know
So-
about a diesel truck, a 2500, like a new 2500 Denali, they have 2 batteries. They take, I think like 24 volts to start, like big voltage, a lot of amperage to start those things. Big motor. Yeah, so like I'm not like, oh, I'll just grab like anybody with jumper cables. Like, it takes a legitimate vehicle to start this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn it.
But you literally started it with 2 batteries.
No, 2 beefy jump packs.
Yeah.
2 super beefy
Yeah,
ones.
2 jump packs. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. Yeah.
I found 2 different people that had a jump pack, one of those like the HD version, which now I need to get. I have the
Yeah.
regular standard version. Didn't even know they had an HD version, but took 2 of those to start it up, and then we're like, we're not turning this thing off.
Yeah.
So
And then we got on the road.
I think
That
we
was kind
drove
of
for
it
like 4 hours.
No.
3?
you're probably delusional about time at that, because here's another thing. We start driving and it's like 10 o'clock. We drove for 2 hours and I've never been so scared in my life. I thought Cooper was going to fall asleep at the wheel. He looked so delusional. Like I was
losing it.
Thank you.
No, I'm not going to say you weren't. I'm not going to say I wasn't. I was definitely losing it. I knew I probably shouldn't be driving, but I wanted to go home and I was like, I left. I was like, I'm not that tired. Like I got some adrenaline left and whatever. And then like I get on the road after an hour. I'm like, man, you tired?
Yeah.
You tired, or is it just me?
You talking to yourself like
yeah,
that? Yeah.
And I was talking to like all the people that I kept seeing, the apparitions.
Are we all tired, or is it just me?
I was seeing my ancestors.
And I literally and that woke me, because I was starting to get tired, but that woke me up, and I just kept looking over at you, and you were swerving like I was.
I do that anyways, though.
Yeah,
I like to feel the rumble strips. I like ping pong ball off of them.
And we were also running out of gas, and it was like 15 minutes to get to like a decent hotel. So we stopped for gas. You went in and got 2 hot dogs, 2 spicy hot dogs.
Yeah, 2 spicy hot dogs from a Love's. And I had to walk in and out of this Love's like 12 times. God. I was so mad. I pay at the thing because the pump wasn't working to pay. So I walk in, I pay. And then I walk in again. I'm like, hey, it didn't work. It didn't pump gas. She's like, okay, go try again. Nothing. I do this like 2 more times. Yeah. And the lady yells. She's like, is pump 4 not working? And the guy's like, yeah, pump 4's not working. Like, it hasn't been working. She's like, why isn't there a bag on it? He's like, why do you have to come down on me, Karen? Like, sorry I didn't put a bag on it. I'm like, I look over at the guy. I'm like, well, I just walked in and out 6 times. Like, it would have been nice.
To put a bag on it.
Would have been nice if it had a bag on it.
Literally.
And we're in Louisiana somewhere, and the people were kind of rude because nobody wanted to move their vehicles so my truck and trailer could park at a normal pump.
Yeah.
So I think we left that Love's and went to a different spot.
No, I think you just.
I did
you
get
found
gas
a
there.
different spot. Yeah.
And I put DEF in also because DEF is what the EPA likes.
Yeah, so you had to do
what the EPA likes.
Yeah, you had to do that, and then we
had my 2 spicy hot dogs from Love's with some mustard and ketchup.
Yep.
They were delicious coming in. Step 1 of their journey through my body was great.
Okay. Let me finish this day. And then so we're in Louisiana in the middle of nowhere, and then we got back in the truck, drove like 10-15 minutes. I was like, are you gonna make it 10-15 minutes? He was like, yeah. Thank God we made it to this hotel. A Holiday Inn. It was like in the middle of nowhere. It was really quiet, and for some reason I was so creeped out at this hotel. I could not sleep. I was like literally like, I don't know, I just could not sleep, and then eventually I finally fell asleep. Then we woke up pretty early the next day.
Yeah, I think we got up early that day.
It's like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I set my alarm for like 5, but then I think I slept, and we got on the road probably like 6, 7.
Yeah, so then we were on the road. Well, even the hotel, we get to the hotel and we're like, okay, thanks. We get our room keys.
Oh my God.
We go up there at like, midnight at this point, try to get in or later, and
into the room. Key doesn't work. Have to go all the way back down. Like, there was just so many.
It was just one of those things where, like, when it's that late.
I know. Like, but literally there was so many things this trip, like, that just like didn't go right.
Yes. I got gapped in the semifinals.
In the end of the day, nothing terrible happened, but it was just little things that made it such like a pain in the ass trip. Like, I'm not one to complain all the time, but like this was a rough one.
Really? Yeah. Well, also the truck dying was a worry because now we're in Louisiana and suddenly it's the coldest it's ever been.
Yeah.
So now it's a diesel truck that just went through like 37 degrees at night.
We were nervous the next morning. This is where we stopped.
37 degrees is so hard on a diesel starting and the batteries and stuff. Like, that is next level.
That was like the traffic going there that we got the alternate route, and the truck starting the next morning were like the 2 best things that happened.
Yes.
that weekend. Like, that was.
And then
like
after that, the truck has started ever since. I mean, it's definitely needs 2 new batteries, which is unfortunate because they're like $250 a piece. So that was unfortunate. And then the universe basically just didn't want us to go on this trip.
Yeah.
I felt that from the
Yes, me
beginning. I was
too.
like, man, the universe is really trying to stop me, but I'm too dumb to listen.
Yeah.
And I just pushed through.
Yeah.
I have
You
this
couldn't-
quote that says, I'm too dumb to quit.
Yeah, literally.
I say that all the time.
No, but everything just about the trip.
And we get
But
to
also-
Buc-ee's. We get all of our snacks. We spend $180 at Buc-ee's because that's what they make you do when you get there.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, spend all your money here. Mm-hmm. So we make it home. And then what
Was
else
there
did you
anything
have
else?
before that?
Well, my one thing I wanted to say is that, well, a question and a thing I want to ask you guys. So when we're driving and whatnot, Cooper like listens to podcasts or talk radio or something. So if Cooper has bad hearing, is it fair for him to blast the volume?
Yeah, I have hearing loss. I
Yeah,
can put headphones
but
in.
that's miserable for me.
Doesn't sound good either.
Like, why? It just gives me the ick.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know what it is about the truck, but the way that it sounds like it, I don't know if it's like a harmonics of the truck, but it
You have to
like
put
it
so loud.
no, but like talking, like voices get like more muffled. Like music doesn't get as muffled,
So
but like
but why do you always have the radio up so
because
high?
it muffles it more when you have it lower.
Wait, you're meaning talking on the radio or talking in
Like
person?
talk radio
Oh,
gets
it's
muffled more
muffled.
when you're like, you know, going 70 miles an hour in the truck than it does in like a car.
Yeah, like you literally have to blast the
I
volume.
don't know why it's just like voices. Like I don't know if it's a harmonics thing.
Why are you 28 years old and have hearing loss?
Well, you
Like,
see,
that shouldn't be affecting us right now in our 20s.
my grandpa had hearing loss as well, and his life looked so nice and calm.
Oh.
He was 80 years old, and you'd have to yell to him or you'd have to read your lips, and he'd just sit there smiling at the TV, not like reading what it says, so he can't hear anything around him.
Yeah.
My grandma's over his shoulder yelling at him, John. Guy looked peaceful. So
That's what
to
you're
me,
aiming for in life?
hearing loss as a disability didn't seem so bad.
Okay.
You know, like blindness, that seems rough. You can't taste or smell, rough. Hearing loss seems peaceful. It does. Everything.
Not for me having to yell to you. You can't hear me. Having
Don't
to
yell.
Hear,
Don't talk to me.
having to hear blasting,
Don't talk to me.
blasting music.
I don't know. Hearing loss. If you're gonna ask
I don't
me
know.
what sense would you lose out of all of them,
Yeah.
I'd say hearing loss. It's
Yeah.
peaceful. That guy always looks so tranquil.
And then my other thing that I wanted to say was that this trip turned me into a Bert Kreischer fan.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brett
He-
Krishner.
He is so funny. We have to see him live. We watched all of his specials, but the Razzle Dazzle one literally had me crying. Like I had to
Wow!
stop.
Shout out to Bert's new special. He's been promoting it a lot on other podcasts. If he wants, he's a Tampa guy. If he wants to come and promote it here,
Yeah.
Bert.
Oh, come, please. You can come hang out with us and meet our chickens and our dogs and tortoises.
Yeah, come on,
But
Bert.
The Razzle Dazzle had me, like, I had to stop playing it to compose myself because
It was a
like,
great special. He did really good
oh
on
my
that one.
God, he is so funny. Like, we have to keep an eye out on his schedule and, like, see him when he's in
Yeah,
Florida.
I'm a huge stand-up comedy fan, so
Yeah.
for you
We
to get
watched a
into it
lot.
like that is awesome too.
Yeah, and we watched a few. We also watched Andrew Schultz. And Tom Segura.
Tom Segura.
And like Bert just to me
We
like
also
blew them out of the
the other
water.
day we were watching Andrew Santino's. That was really good too. The hamburger one, the ginger guy. Or I was watching it on TV. His was pretty good.
Yeah, he's funny too.
Yep.
The guy Andrew Schultz was good too. Like he was
Yeah.
probably my second favorite. He was funny, but Bert, oh my God, I can't. Like I need more from him. I love
Yeah,
this stuff.
he
He's
really
so
did lay
funny.
it down.
Yeah.
He has a really good hour.
That was like probably one of my favorite parts of the trip, like us watching that during our drive and just
I was
laughing.
cracking up so hard that I was like, man, I might have to pull this thing over.
Well, yeah, you were really
Schultz had a
laughing,
few good
too.
ones that were laughing like that too.
Yeah,
But yeah, Bert was just
so good.
great delivery.
Well, that's it from me on the trip.
And
What about
then
you?
we get home and my wife's like, oh yeah, don't forget I broke the washer So you have to go get one and install it in the next like
Why?
day and a half.
Okay, here's another thing.
I was like, thanks.
If you said to me, can you put my laundry in? Like, I do it right away. Why does it take days and me having to ask multiple times to please go get a washer? Like,
Because it's a pain in the ass. When did I go get it? What day?
I don't know.
So we got home. We got home
went
Monday.
to the place. You went to that one place where you ended up getting it. Then they didn't have it, so we went to Home Depot, Lowe's together.
Okay.
And then you went the next day and got it. It took
But
like 4.
No.
It took
Well,
like,
we got home Monday night.
Okay.
So Tuesday, I think I went to a place Tuesday and looked for one, and they didn't. They said they weren't having it in until Thursday.
Yeah.
And then we went to Lowe's and Home Depot. They said they wouldn't have them until Friday. Mm-hmm. So then I ended up getting one Thursday.
I think Friday.
Was it Friday? I don't think so. I think it was Thursday. Yeah, so
Tuesday to Thursday.
it really wasn't that long.
Okay, but I kept having to like.
I got home
ask
from
you.
Tx2k.
Yeah, we needed a washing machine. I was going nuts. I had so much laundry. I was freaking out.
Can we just understand that it was not that long? I told her, I was like, I'll drop it off at dry cleaning to get your laundry cleaned. It'll cost like $30.
I can't with this. I can't with this.
And then I go outside and my favorite chicken rotini is gone.
I know.
Well, not my favorite chicken, just one of my favorite
No,
chickens.
Rotini was my favorite chicken. She was the
she acted
only
like a
one that I
dog.
held. Yeah. She was the only one that I held. Oh,
Poor
wait, I'm
Rotini.
sad. Yeah, like
It is a very sad thing. Like rotini was the little brown one that like would always run up to
She
you,
would-
would want to be like held, would like sit on my lap when I sat out there. Like rotini was very
Yeah.
dog-like,
she really was.
and we don't close their coop in at night. Like they're not locked away, protected from animals. But it's weird that just rotini has been got and no other chickens were got like the next nights, or like seems like there's any inclination. Like I didn't really see like much besides like a bunch of feathers.
Feathers, yeah.
But like I
don't
didn't
know
really
what
see
happened.
like a whole like, oh, this is what happened, you know? Like
Yeah.
I did my full crime scene investigation, my full CSI on it,
Wonder
like
what
looking
happened to
through.
her.
I don't know, but she was there the day. She was there Tuesday. But then Tuesday night, she disappeared. It was weird. Like I saw her Tuesday,
Maybe she'll pop up. Maybe.
I don't know about that.
Don't
It ain't
lose
looking
hope.
good.
Don't lose hope.
But we have been wanting to get more chickens anyways, so
Yeah,
now
but
we
she
probably
was-
need a couple more.
She was a really good chicken. Like actually thinking about that, it's
Yard
kind of
pimps.
sad. Yeah.
She's a good yard pimp. She protected everything.
Yeah. That's it? Is
Um,
that it?
Yeah, I mean, I got some other. One of my things about like trying to leave Houston like after TX2K, I'm like, I just want to get on the road and start going is
Yeah.
because a lot of cars get stolen from Houston. And my car is a very easy picking because it's on an open trailer. You can either unload it off the trailer, you can steal the whole trailer, you see what car it is, like all that stuff. And like,
Right.
I don't like just leaving it anywhere. Like I get very scared like parking at places, and
Yeah.
especially like you go to the track and you're like, oh well, it's so vulnerable right here. Like you got to take your truck and go to the hotel, so you don't really know where it's at. So it's kind of like
Well,
it's a scary thing.
Yeah, that's why we drove at least like a little bit outside of Houston when we were leaving.
Exactly. I don't know if Louisiana's any better, but Houston's not great. So
Yeah.
I did that. We got our fill of Buc-ee's and got to enjoy all that. Buc-ee's was a good time.
Where's your bobblehead?
Yeah, I got a Buc-ee's beaver bobblehead over there.
Aw.
Sleep deprived, broken car, completely untested, rotini. I didn't get any tacos or barbecue in Texas besides.
I tried to do takeout one night from that Mexican place and it just didn't work out. but-
Well, we were gonna do takeout, but it was the night that the
forget-
track got rained out, and it's like one of the only restaurants like in that area, like the only like real restaurant. And I was like, it's just gonna be just
we could have done
wrecked.
takeout, Cooper.
It still would have probably been slow, because they would have been bombarded by a bunch of drag racers trying to get Mexican. And it's also a weird thing. I don't know if this is like a Tex-Mex thing, but they always give ice cream when you're walking out. Like they have an ice cream machine, like a
free ice cream machine.
serve yourself.
Yeah.
What? I've never been a part of such a thing.
Maybe it's a Texas thing.
It must be a Tex-Mex
just,
thing, but we
yeah.
didn't get barbecue or tacos Mexican.
I just
Made me sad.
When I travel, I just have to eat like, I eat like so sensitive because I'm just like out of my zone. Like
gas station hot dogs and midnight.
Yeah, no.
Roller dogs. Those things had been sitting out. Probably part of my delusion.
Disgusting.
They were sitting out, and then
It's disgusting.
I didn't realize they were spicy until I bit into one, and I was like, "Ooh, it's gonna be bad."
You had a rough next morning. You had to stop at a gas station for like 30 minutes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, racetrack in Mississippi. whoever partook in that Mississippi racetrack with me, we beat her up good, bud.
Sitting next to someone, give them a high five.
Yep. No, when somebody walks in, you lift your legs up so they don't see you.
Did you do that?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not flexible enough for that.
Put your legs up. I never thought of that. That's such like
No one's home.
I can see like guys doing that. Because for guys it's so vulnerable. Like if you're sitting on a toilet, you're pooping. Like for guys. Girls, it's like hit or miss.
Yeah, what's the difference? I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, but it's like it's just more vulnerable, I feel like. So you put your legs up.
Yeah, I mean, if you look under, if you like see somebody at the stall and like you don't see their pants around their ankles and they're like hanging up over the thing, you're like, ooh.
Wait, what?
You know, like you take your shorts off and you hang them up over the.
What?
That's when you know you're about to have a rough one. Well, if you're wearing like long jeans, you can hang them up and they cover the crack, so no one can.
Oh, so
no one makes
can
that eye contact when they walk by.
The people.
Don't look in here. Please.
Oh my God.
Please don't tell anyone what you saw.
Or heard.
Kind of like what happens in the truck stop bathroom stays in the
Stays
truck
in the-
stop bathroom. Yeah, that could mean a lot of things.
Yeah. Oh,
All right,
God.
well, we'll end it off there. It's a short podcast. It was only 48 minutes.
Really? Oh my God, I feel like we've been longer.
No, I mean, we can keep going if you got more things.
No, I'm good. I'm tired.
All right,
It's
sounds
late.
good. Well, guys, this was a fun one. Let us know if you guys have any names for this. Maybe it already has a name for it, but
Yeah, I would love to start like doing this bi-weekly and just like talking about things, fun things happening in our lives, story times and
Yep.
whatnot. So
story time, secret time. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Quick little update, I guess. I have been constantly trying to evolve everything. I moved the wires if you're watching.
Yep, looks way better.
The podcast is available on Spotify and Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Music, all kinds of things. I also have sound dampening on the microphones because a lot of people were saying Whitty kept fiddling and you could hear it going through. So I have sound dampening on here, but my long plan is to mount them to the shelf so that you can bang on the table all you want and it will never transfer through. That's my plan. So just a quick little update there. But if you guys enjoy this, follow, like, subscribe. I'm not trying to get any money from you, so maybe share with your friends as a form of payment for our services.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Keep it saucy. See you next time.
Oh, you said keep it saucy.
Yeah,
do
I
you
say
say
that.
that on
I
the
say
podcast?
that sometimes, yeah.
Oh, do you?